Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Marvel Legends AoA Rogue, part of the Colossus Build-A-Figure wave. And this figure is one that I'm thinking might be contentious. I'm wondering how you guys feel about it. We'll get the question of the day out of the way right away. That rhymed. Do you guys like this figure? Subjectively. Not do you think it's good or do you think it's bad, do you enjoy it? For me, it's lacking some things that I need for it to be an enjoyable figure because it doesn't really look like the source material enough. And that's kind of an objective thing, but we'll get to that. So there's definitely some stuff to talk about. So let's get it off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands just shy of 16 centimeters, which makes it pretty close to 6 1/4 inches. And surprise, second question of the day. How do you guys feel about the AoA design for Rogue? I know there's a version with the cape and a version with the purple collar. I'm personally a fan of the version with the purple collar. I could take or leave the cape. Okay, so let's talk about the aesthetics on this figure. Two things that stand out to me right off the bat. First of all, the proportioning is very weird. Her rib cage doesn't exist. It is the same size as her waist, which is freaking weird. Freaking weird. She also has very narrow hips, which, yes, technically she's drawn with narrow hips sometimes. I think that's more of like the artist style. But normally she has normal size superhero lady hips and normal size superhero lady rib cage and chesticles, and this figure has none of that. She's got very small proportions, shall we say, other than this base mold has a very large butt as far as front to back, but no hips at all, so it's very strange. Like, it just doesn't have the female superhero look to it at all. She looks like some kind of preteen body with like an adult head and weird boots. So I don't know what's going on. The other thing I want to note is that we're missing a detail. Like, almost every single version of this character has a dark line, like dark green or black running between the light green and the dark green around this panel here. This doesn't have that. And also, yes, she has looser boots in the artwork and the source material, but not these giant moon shoes that she has on here. I don't know, is she wearing Uggs? I think she's wearing Uggs. What's happening here? It's very strange. Don't care for it. This figure, it should have been a fun release, but it's very weird looking and disappointing. Look at the way the arms connect to the body. Like, you get the sleeve, and then all of a sudden you get this weird nubbin that just connects it to the body. There's no sculpt on the torso to, like, join the poofy sleeve to the form-fitting outfit, so you just have this weird nubbin shoulder. It looks like a Lego person or something. I know Lego people don't actually look like that, but you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't look natural at all. Other thing I need to point out, I'm starting off with a lot of negative. I didn't realize most of this was a problem until I'm looking at it now. This and this are two different colors entirely. Very, very different yellows. Not great design. Also, we still have the super skinny thighs. Doesn't look like a superhero at all. There's no shading on the hair, by the way, on the brown or the white. So, no wash, no shading. That's not good. This figure looks rough. The paint job on the boots is also terrible. Don't care for that. It looks like a really, really cheap figure as opposed to one that's like $20 to $25. This looks terrible. I'm going to give the aesthetic a 3 out of 10. This is maybe the worst figure out of the wave. And that's saying something because there were some pretty bad figures in this wave, but this one's looking really, really bad. As far as accessories go, you get the 2 open hands and 2 fist hands. That's it. That's it. Alright, let's talk about the articulation. The head, oh, what happened there? What happened there? I could definitely talk about that in the aesthetic section, but that's her head in a very neutral position. And what happened there? Why is that a thing? That doesn't need to be a thing. So we have the hinge and the ball peg, and you can do this with it, which is very broken. Her head is not connected to her neck anymore, though it's still connected. That lollipop syndrome might be the worst lollipop syndrome we have ever seen. It's a bit ridiculous. That is nuts. Alright, well, let's see how it functions. On top of the ball peg, of course, the head can move all the way around. And you can hide the lollipop because the head is the right height. It's the neck and the bottom of the head that are the problem. So you can move the head around on top of that, but using that hinge is basically just going to break the figure. And look at that gap. Holy crap. Why? Oh, God. I'm so tired of talking about the same things in almost every review. The collar is a separate piece. Of all the figures, like, wait a minute. This figure didn't have that before, did it? This base piece? So is this a new torso? If this is a new torso, I'm going to be super sad. Because why did they sculpt it so poorly? It's so weird. It's so weird having the chest the same size as the waist. I mean, like, not the boobages. The actual chest is the same width as the waist. So strange. Alright, for these shoulders better get the best range ever, considering how they're connected. They get to horizontal. Okay. Oh, they do get the full rotation, of course. Single jointed elbow. Not quite 90 degrees. That's where you're going to get your bicep swivel. Wrists do have a swivel and a hinge. That's all standard. Let's see how this functions. It does lean back pretty far. Doesn't really lean forward too far, but it does lean some. Side to side is good. It's pretty functional. I'll take that. It rotates mostly. Hips going out to the side, not even 45 degrees. That's terrible. Going forward, they do kick pretty far forward. Not quite horizontal, but good enough. Going back just a little bit. Thigh swivel is fine. Double jointed knee is fine. I just realized these are pinless legs, and they're still very skinny. Can we get some superhero shaped superheroes, please? What's the point of collecting these if they don't look like the source material? Guys and ladies, both of them have both the men and the women characters, male and female. Can I speak English? They all look like people in cosplay at this point. It looks ridiculous. Why is this happening? Alright, so the feet do go pretty far back. And pretty far forward. Gosh, these feet are humongous. And you get a good ankle rocker out of it, so that's okay. So articulation on this figure gets a 7 out of 10. It's average. It's fine. It's goofy looking, but you can make it work. Oh, I'm so tired of reviewing Marvel Legends and having to say the same thing over and over again. Like, if it was all positive, I'd be super happy about that. I'd be like, oh, look at the anatomy. It's really good. Look at the basic articulation. That's really functional. That's all I want to say. But I can't because they keep sculpting them and painting them and making them not function. Because they keep sculpting them in a weird way. They keep painting them half-assed. They keep making the articulation not work. I'm just... After seeing the price hike to $25 recently, it's like I just can't take this anymore. I just can't deal with it anymore. It's very, very frustrating as a reviewer to see the same problems happen over and over and over again. Oh. Alright, I'm going to give it a final verdict of 5 out of 10. You can hide some of it through posing, but it's still a terrible release in almost every way. Yeah, okay, we have extra colors on there. Neon green, yellow, dark green, red, black, white. Yeah, okay, there's extra color on there, but none of it looks good. None of it. Not good enough. This is not worth $20, let alone $25. So I don't like it. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comment section below. 5 out of 10. What a shame. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.